Jason Myers to get this one going. And Thursday night primetime is underway. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Kate, when you partner a relentless work ethic with elite athleticism, you get Jaden Daniels. He put on an absolute show, one of the best rookie years in the history of the game for a quarterback. And with a work ethic and speed and arm, I don't know why he would ever slow down.
The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Washington first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, in it for the first time. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's second down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's good for a Commanders first.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
First down, and they go right back to him. He's tackled there, so a nice start to a new set of downs, but let's see if they keep it. So let's examine this flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Shotgun snap to Daniels. It's caught. This is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
A 6-yard pickup.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Finds him over the middle. So we have to pause here. Team officials saw what we did. We've got a Seahawk that is injured out there. They're going to tend to him now. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
18 Cardinal, 18.
3rd and long for him here. Seahawks swarming him, and down he goes. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack.
Brings up 4th down.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And there won't be a return on this one. It's out of bounds, and the mark looks to be at about the 16-yard line. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. And bringing him out, one of the NFL's best stories as of late, a former 3rd overall pick, Brock, who has revitalized his NFL career, Sam Darnold.
If we had asked Sam Darnold coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
First carry of the game for the rookie out of Alabama. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Following the play, we have an injured commander. The training staff out there to check on him as we pause. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. It's a design boot. That's caught by Elijah Arroyo. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
It's a gain of 20. That's another Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 20.
And they fake the spike. They're going to throw it. And that one falls incomplete. An unexpected call, but it does not get the better of them defensively.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Seahawks legend Bobby Wagner in on that stop. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Throw here, 3rd down. It's caught, Barner. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Now Darnold, 4th down. He's got Smith and Jigba for the catch. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
A gain of 15 yards. That's another Seahawks first down.
Oh, they faked the spike. They're going to throw. Completes it again to Smith and Jigba. And nothing to speak of after that catch as the completion gets him down to the 21. Now hold on, everyone. There's a Commanders player shaken up after that play, and he's in need of some attention. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Handoff, running left, Walker. And he's able to manage a cover on that run.
Okay, that's a run to toe-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Throwing is Darnold on 3rd down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Okay, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
They'll try to throw. It's Darnold. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs. Chance here for one final play before the end of our quarter. Starting on the ground here, Kronsky Merritt. Well, this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. We've reached the end of one on Thursday night prime time. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Now Daniels off the play action. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he goes out of bounds as everyone turns to hear from our referee. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up.
Still 2nd down.
Their work doubly as difficult now after that holding call. It's 2nd and 20.
Here we go, start.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Finds him on the crossing route. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Seahawks sending out the dime look here ahead of this 3rd down. An early jump to the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Penalty almost gave him a new set of downs, Brock. After the flag, all they need is a yard here on third. Running it after the penalty. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Now we'll see the medical team head out to the Seahawks. Have an injured player. He's in some obvious pain there. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
One of the challenges when you run that jet sweep is you better secure that edge. I've not seen a great jet sweep in my life where you don't win the edge of the line of scrimmage. And that time, the defense got the job done.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Get it. Nice.
From the gun, it's Daniels. And he's not going to escape. The Seahawks brought the pressure, and they got him. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Let's go.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And this will come from just inside his end zone. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Seahawks taking the field for their 2nd possession. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. 1st and 10, Darnold. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they face 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
From the gun, Darnold. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith-Njigba. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. They'll air it out on 3rd. Pressure coming, and they take him down. Working quickly here.
A loss of 6 yards.
Ahead of 4th down, officials stepping in here, a timeout call. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance. They're going for this. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs. So 1st down from the 41.
Come on, come on.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough 1st step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 49-yard line.
Got it. Ready? Ready? Go.
Daniels. They're on him again, and he goes down again. So we have to pause here. Team officials saw what we did. We've got a Seahawk that is injured out there. They're going to tend to him now. This is a tough spot to be in. It's 3rd and very long.
Ready.
Throwing now, Daniels. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. A 3rd consecutive sack. The defense totally dominating this drive, Brock. And that brings up 4th down. Tressway on to punt. And after that drive, going backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Seahawks offense running out now. And this weather, Brock, has been disrupting a lot of what both of these teams are trying to do. At this point, you got to wonder who's going to switch up their game plan first.
Yeah, when you practice indoors or out under the clear skies, you don't get a lot of this. It is coming down on them.
Gets his tight end on the This one will get them into enemy territory. Hit and stopped quickly, but the catch moves them to the 48.
19 yards. And the Seahawks.
Now, we are still scoreless in this one as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More Thursday night primetime football in just a moment. Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Dive play straight ahead. And his progress is stopped, but a nice 5-yard gain before it was.
Hey, why do I think right now, as fullback heads to the sideline after that call, the lobbying begins. Give me the rock. Fullbacks don't normally get a ton of carries, but they also typically don't get plays like that.
They sure gave us all to make that play, but it hits the deck. It's going to be third down. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now Darnold off the play action. That's caught. Here's Arroyo. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
For a Seahawks first down. A gain of 21 yards.
Darnold.
First down, Seattle.
On it, and he nearly picked it. So couldn't hang on in the end. The offense got lucky on a risky throw there. It's second down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, just
on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line.
Third and long.
And they spike the ball to stop the clock. Fourth and forever coming up. They're going to try to throw for it. Got for big yards on the right side. And he won't make the marker. They rally to him in time. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now.
Okay, ready?
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes first and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 8, go.
Receiver in motion, going left. They give here to the motion man. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Tyrese Knight on the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up second and 12. At the 13.
With the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes second and 12.
Go! 60 vices, 60 vices.
They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, it looks like. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
14-yard line.
Here's a nickel look by the Seahawks. Third down.
Makes it third
Panthers
and
60,
11.
Panthers.
And if you had another rushing play on your bingo board, you are correct. And he could not break beyond the line. So that's how our half's going to end.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. We are back, and our blankets of rain have not let up. We've got a drenched field out there. Gonna be an interesting second half here. He'll take this at the 10. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Seahawks sending their offense out to begin the third quarter. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Here's Darnold, first and 10. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
At the 45-yard line.
And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Play fake, Darnold. There's pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders' defense. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
3rd and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond 3rd down today. You can just look up that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now time's not on their side either.
And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And in a tie game, we've been sensing a breakthrough coming, Brock. Might this be the drive where we finally see one side get the edge over the other?
Well, if it is, Kate, you know and I know it's about play-to-play execution, and more than likely, making sure they can convert in some of those situational downs.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. He connects with his bat deep down the middle. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders grab the lead on their first series of the half.
I think he'll take his highlights however. He can get him on a handoff, pin-off, pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball. He gets the touch. He can do his damage. Big time.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. The Seahawks offense taking the field now. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. This is Cup, that's Cup. And he takes it in, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. Cooper Kupp the touchdown.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Seahawks tie this game 7-7.
Jason Myers kicking off for Seattle.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Samuel now to return it. And He's brought down just inside the 25. The Commanders set to take over. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Design bootleg here. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. That brings up 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
This one left for Daniels. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Here we go, here we go. Hot, 7, ready, go.
To the air on 3rd and long. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. So they get dings for the holding. You got to wonder if that changes their call as they line this up for 3rd down. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. They'll send out the punting unit. It'll be Tress Way doing the honors. Can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Seahawks and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. Well, Brock, it only took them 1 play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. So the good work to defend the pass canceled out by a mistake in the pass rush as they get him for roughing the passer. Throwing on 1st, here's Darnold. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good.
And what did he think was going on there, Brock? He just spiked it on 1st down. 2nd and 10. Need something positive here. To throw, here's Darnold. Into the hands of his running back, Walker. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Defense contains him. That's going to force 4th down as he's dropped for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's 4th down.
And they're going to get up to it and spike it. That's going to stop the clock.
On any 4th down attempt, somebody's going to get a huge momentum boost. It was the offense who laid down the challenge, but it was the defense who delivered. And now it's their teammates going to take over on the field with the very next series.
Panther 60.
Play fake here, Daniels. Seahawks swarming him, and down he goes. And after 1 play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
2nd and 17 at the 16-yard line.
Hold the set. Come on. 60 by 6. Come on.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Number 1, Deebo Samuel. It's a gain of 7.
brings us to the end of 3 on Thursday night primetime. We're tied at 7 apiece as we get ready for the 4th. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Throw here, 3rd down. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. Now we'll see the medical team head out. The Seahawks have an injured player. He's in some obvious pain there. Punt team on the field. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. Picked up at the 38. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. And after they were stopped on 4th down their prior possession, Brock, you got to wonder if they're going to be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. The give here on 2nd. And he had to dive just to make it back to the line. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
They give it to him again. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
Oh, and it's a fake punter with the football. And no success on the fake punch. That was way too tough to connect on the throw. That's a turnover on downs. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45.
Tag!
Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. And he's hit and sent out right along that line of scrimmage, so no gain on 1st down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
44-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Krosky Merritt gets it from the gun. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. A great play defensively. They forced a loss despite the penalty, and they just went ahead and declined it. Daniels throwing on 3rd. Put the body on the line for his team. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
Ready, break!
At the 27-yard line.
Come on, set, go!
Daniels going to keep it. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
I can promise you, that's not what it looks like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Making the call himself. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down, not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Set, hut.
First and goal, Krosky Merritt. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
At the Seahawks 8-yard line.
50, grit, hut.
It's a sweep. He pumps the pass forward. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got third and goal.
Ready, set.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for third and goal.
Let's go. Bronco 80.
He'll throw it. And he's not going to escape. The Seahawks brought the pressure, and they got him. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's fourth and goal. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Landover. Commanders in range for a game-winning score. Jake Moody now in a high-pressure spot from the left hash, about 31 yards out. That one is good! And late in the fourth, they have grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Showing a little burst so far. He's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And as they get set, Carter, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Back to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Great defensive play to jump. Loose, incomplete. Intended target there was Jackson Smith and Jigba. So now it's going to be third and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a fourth down. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. It's complete. Play made by Cup. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Offense with an enviable spot to be in. Second and inches. Setting up to pass. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this third down. Following the play, we have an injured commander. The training staff out there to check on him as we pause. Might shift to the run here, third and inches. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. That goes for a gain of just one. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
This is thrown to the defender instead, and then he's the one who makes a play on the football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on first down. Arranging near a minute to play. 2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. They'll run here following the penalty. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. And hold on, everyone. There's a Commanders player shaken up after that play, and he's in need of some attention. An important attempt coming up here for Jason Myers. It's just 21 yards down the pipe. Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. He's got the squiver. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. The game really in their hands at this point, Brock. We're going to see whether it's a celebration coming up next or overtime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw it. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. From the gun, it's Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 27. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line.
Brings up 3rd down.
To throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Has some daylight through the 40. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. They'll need to find a way inside of field goal range with what time's left, and then save a second to try the game winner. Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Now Darnold off the play action. Lasers this one deep down the middle. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. So the offense still moving forward as roughing the passer overrules that incomplete pass. Play fake, Darnold. That is incomplete, down to 13 seconds left.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
On 2nd and 10 now, Darnold. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line.
A gain of 17.
That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Well, both teams have battled not just each other over 4 quarters, Brock, but these elements as well, and it's not letting up. Overtime is underway. Oh, not what they needed to see as the opening kick of overtime is out of bounds. This first drive going to start with some outstanding field position. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 70 line.
From the gun, a run for Krosky Merritt. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock, here who got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Play action now. Daniels. That's caught. It's McLaurin downfield. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
You know, Kid, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21.
Let's go now. Huh.
Short side option here. He's running left. And Daniels with a smart business decision, sliding down after getting that first. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention.
Check.
They go heavy on this 1st and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation.
Get it.
Trying to run in, Eckler. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
Ready. Come on. Set. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Catch made. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders pull in front. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
For the extra points and a 7-point lead to defend here in overtime. Extra points sent in through the rain. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7.
17. Seahawks 10.
All right, gonna need to go touchdown for touchdown here. This game is over as this kicks away. Shaheed now to return. He spins right by him. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense running out now.
At their own 27-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Now it's his turn in overtime. He throws a bullet to this. It connects on the deep shot. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 31 yards. Seahawks.
Prior to 1st down, they decide to call a timeout. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. 1st down from the 42. From the gun, Darnold. He's loaded another one up. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go. Now after reeling in the deep shot, though, he looks to be in some pain. Must have been banged up somewhere along that play. We're going to take a pause as he gets worked on. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on second and goal.
It's pretty clear you're trying to find ways to get this player in space, right? That's where he's most dangerous. But the defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came of that one.
And he's in. They get the touchdown. So now Brock, the call of the game. You go for the tie, you play for the win. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Now for the point after. That's going to end this in a tie or a loss. And everyone can breathe easier here as he knocks the point after through. And now it's golden goal here in overtime. Next score wins.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Next score is going to be the one, Brock, that ends this game. All right, we're set and back underway. Samuel now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone. But the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23.
All right, Brock, both teams have had their opening set. Those next score wins it in OT as they come up on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. To the races, middle of the field. Hits the 20. And this gets the whole way down to the 11-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Jake Moody now in a high-pressure spot. This from 28 yards away. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.